I myself am a parent of a gay child, and I personally went through the experience of learning that my child was gay, and then how do you deal with it, and how do you need to understand it, and nothing changes. Love is the same. It's just a matter of we all grow up with these paradigms. I think we have been taught from children. All of us, if you give a child a crayon and a piece of paper and say, draw a happy family, it will be one little house, one daddy, one mommy, one brother, one sister, and maybe a dog. That's your happy family. And we grow up believing that happiness can only be achieved if you achieve this picture. It's not a serious film at all. It's a very real film with real characters. So besides being entertaining, it also then tackles the subject of how do you handle this? How do you handle a gay child? And how does the child feel overall? I think it takes time for people to change. That's why this film is almost like a 101 in this. It tackles it in a very subtle manner, in a very sort of a familiar manner. We have given you a setting which is very familiar, and then we have placed something that you're not comfortable with in there to make it approachable, to make it identifiable, And so just because the article doesn't exist today, that doesn't mean that overnight people's attitudes have changed. So we still need to keep working on that, drop by drop. It's a bucket that gets filled up slowly. And this film is nothing more than that drop in the bucket, maybe a few extra drops. We don't know when that bucket is going to be full. But at the end of the day, it is the drops that fill it up, and we all have to continue to contribute. I especially think the brother's character is a very, very relevant character because he's not a villain. He's just a brother who loves his sister and doesn't know how to deal with it. So he has to change and grow. Just, his acceptance also has to come just like the person who is gay. So it really is not only your story. You have to remember that it is also the story of people around you, people who love you. I am absolutely ecstatic that at least, India has decided to move ahead. Now we have taken care of the paperwork. Now we need to take care of the minds and hearts, and we need to change people's perspective, which is really the key to resolving any or all issues in my mind. Change of perspective takes away the issue.